Bird, I'm getting ready to start, babe. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Good morning. It's W.O. White the third, y'all. So, yeah, we're gonna get into flux today. Y'all give me a second to bring up the rest of the sites. It's gonna be a quick show, y'all. It's basically about bringing a little attention about flux to the masses, right? And we're gonna be on shift. Y'all give me a second to bring up the rest of them. Bring this noise down. Mhm. Yeah, so if y'all thinking anything about these beats that you hear, and I got to give a shout out to my man FDG Records, right? He's the one that came up with all of this. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Facebook, Twitter. I guess we should call it X. It's what it is, right? And Instagram. What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome, y'all. Welcome, whatnot. Hey, we'll get into flux today. We're gonna do a little quick recap, and we're gonna move ahead, y'all. Remember, I'm just here to bring your attention, or direct your attention to flux. Okay, so that's all that I'm here to do, y'all. And answer the questions if y'all want me to, whatnot. Put a little something in the background. Hey, I like this one the best. It's my best beat that I like right here. What I'm putting on now. I like this one. I've had it about man, maybe like 2000, 2012, 2013. I like it. It's like a nice little build up. If y'all can hear it, if you can hear that, it's a nice little build up. It's almost like something epic's about to happen. I keep trying to fit this beat into flux. You know what I mean? So I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But for everybody, yes, okay. So That's what we're gonna be doing with Flux today. Remember, you guys can go out to my store and get the 3 books that you see on screen right now. You guys can go out there and check those out and get those 3 books. They on the store. About 20 a piece. And you can get the whole thing bundled at 50, okay? You guys stay with me. We're gonna get ready to do this recap so we can move forward. Got a few things happening too with Flux again. Could feasibly have 2 artists right now. You know, guys, I want to change the artwork, okay? This artwork, let me show you what I'm talking about. I should be able to get it off my phone. Let's see, can I bring this up? Give me a second, y'all. See, can I bring this up? Man, two, wrong one. Give me a second. Got it. Facebook. Messenger. Can I pull up Sam message? Can't see it, y'all. My bad. I thought we'd be able to see it, so my bad, y'all. All right. So today, bring this music down. Let's go ahead and get started. Get back with the recap. All right. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been going through the Flux first line defense for unprecedented extremes. I'm W.O. White the third. I'll be a facilitator, your guide through the Flux continuum. Excuse me about that. All right. So what have we been doing? We're in book 2 now, right? Chapter 2, where we basically going through the gifts of power. So I basically do a flashback in book 2 to bring you guys up to speed with what's going on with the heroes, right? The guardians, the zodiac guardians. So the gifts of power ceremony is like in book 1 when we discussed, hey, everybody was struck with the orbs of those earth-based heroes whose book 1 is their origin story. When they were struck with the by the ceremonial orbs, they vanished. But for the momentum of the story, I kept it going. Right, I just allowed it to go, the story to keep moving. But to me, to tell everybody or to go through the whole gifts of power ceremony in book 1, it would have slowed the book down. To me, it would have killed the flow. So what I did was I went on and showed you when the people started coming back to show you how epic the story is, right? To give you big gravity of everything. Then in book 2, we said, hey, we're gonna do a quick recap. Like soon as we find out who's gonna be the senior order, right? That's the first thing we find out in book 2. Intech, right? The Libra. He becomes the senior order. And by becoming the senior order, he's basically the physical representation of order in the flux continuum, but on the physical realm. So technically, if you guys have been rocking with me, you already know that Flux is a 12-book series. I'm on the 5th book. We have 3 that's already published, and we just getting started, right? But at the same time, this is a story about the Lords of Chaos versus the Lords of Order, and we're gonna learn a whole bunch of things, including the first battle. What correction? The first war. That's what I'm calling. This is pre-man, right? This is the siege on heaven, um, and that's when the Lords of Chaos attack the Lords of Order. The creation of the universe, the 3 ages of man, the universal alignment, the apocalypse, the great collapse, the end of war, and on board. Oh, and when the new earth, it's a lot going to happen in this 12-book series, right? And we follow the zodiac guardians um, as we navigate this epic tale. Now, so anyway, we was at the Gifts of Power ceremony, and we've already been through a few people. So Stratus, we started with Stratus first, right? So for all you Aquarians, here you go. We started with Stratus, right? Stratus was the first one. And of course, he's all about liquids and whatnot. He found out what happened a couple of weeks ago. Then we jumped from Aquarius to Aries, right? So Ember, she goes through the Gifts of Power ceremony. Technically, all of these defenders are simultaneously going through it at the same time, right? They share wavelengths and whatnot, ingenuity, things like that. Okay, so they're sharing a lot of things. You can't get caught up on how long it took you to get there. Just continue to enjoy the story, you know, because basically what I'm letting you know, the gifts of power was all of these characters at one time. So moving forward, we got who came after Ember. So Cancer. So for all my Cancer people, you turn this noise down. Okay, so for all my Cancer people, where's the Cancer at? Here we go. Gravity, right? So he went through. He was the only alien, and he's the only one technically where the ceremonial orb went to the place it was supposed to. So he has the Cancer ceremonial orb. Now, is he the individual that was supposed to actually receive it? If the alignment was in proper alignment, if everything was in proper alignment, this whole scenario would have been different. And each one of these ceremonial orbs would have went to their constellation, their zodiac constellation. It would have found one, whoever the avatar is, right, for that ceremonial orb, and they would have received it. But what we have now is we have Gravitate, so he superseded basically Commander Trimble, y'all. But if you knew what was going on, you would know that. All right. So after Cancer, we got with Friction. Where's Friction at? Friction is the Scorpio, right? So she is the defender, super speed, the whole nine. She learns about temporal manipulation, ripples of the waves, and what I call those things, spades. Um, the ripple, a spade is basically like a disruption to the natural temporal flow. So basically, I use the analogy of water. And if you toss a little pebble in the water, there'll be a ripple. Now, if you do a big rock and you disturb that ripple, it's called a spade. That's basically what it was. I think it was called a spade. I'll look it up, and you guys will hear more about it as we move through the flux continuum. So after that, we jump to Taurus. Okay, so Taurus was the cop, right? Jonathan Watson, right? And he basically gives all about electromagnetism and whatnot. Okay, you know, all the different frequencies that he can well, not frequency, because it's all about energy with him. All the different energies he can tap to and how he can utilize his abilities. And that should bring us up to the day. No, it didn't. It didn't. So, oh, so even with that, okay, so Taurus, right? And then we jump to Intech. This is the senior order, but at the same time, when we covered him, we talked about creation, how he was going to be able to create any technology he understood and he theorized or had some type of certain ideology to it. He could create that because he got an idea of how it probably should work. Not only that, because what happened later, well, later in book one, and I can't really put that out to you guys, but what happened later in book one, the senior order was transferred from someone else to him. Okay, so when it transferred to senior order, he was imbued with something called the negation, and it's basically it can negate pretty much anything. It's like becoming all powerful. Now there is a hiccup with that. Okay, becoming all powerful. If he stays in that form too long, he can be lost to that it's because it's not really an entity, it's just a force of nature, if you would, but on a celestial scale, right? And I would say, if you think about it, kind of look at it like the Enigma Force, if you will. You know what's going on in Marvel? It's kind of like something like that, but it's called the Senior Order, and it only one person controls it, and then the negation is more like the Enigma Force. It gives him all, makes him all powerful, but the longer he stays in it. So I mean, like in 5 minutes, he can be lost. So whatever he has to do, and whenever he calls on his power, I mean, it's like in the world time things. Okay, all right, and then which brings us to phase. Phase is the Capricorn for all you guys out there. Okay. So that brought us to phase, and phase was all about density, right? Intangibility, height, or saying that, let's say mass and micro. So he can turn almost microscopic. So look at it kind of like that, okay? All right, phase is he's Dr. Sidorov, right? Afanasy Sidorov, the Russian guy, he actually believes everything is his fault when technically this is way out of his control. But we Earthlings, we tend to make ourselves more relevant than we need to be sometimes. All right, and now it brings us to today. So We finally made it to Shift, okay? And Shift is the defender of the triple constellation. I'm saying it wrong. The tri-world, it's a triple world singularity. And it's in the constellation of Leo, and they call that singularity Animalia. Okay. So it's like three different planets that are caught in an impact, or caught in the midst of all crashing into each other, and then everything just stops. So people can live in everything. They're exposed to everything. Everything technically on that planet or those three planets moves in the regular sphere of time, but the planets are no longer crashing into each other. It's weird, but I wish I get an artist, man, that can draw that for me, because I think that'll be so dope. This giant celestial explosion, but it's stopped, and all that power is just paused, and then people can go back to living. So if you didn't unalive in the initial impact, then you still alive. Now your house might be a little warped or something, but you still alive. I thought that would be so dope. And that's what Shift pretty much is, the defender of Animalia. All right, so I'm gonna let the little video play, y'all. Go ahead and give y'all a little time with it. And let me turn this music down. Uh where is it? There it is. And let's go ahead and give you guys, turn this off. Yep. And let's let the video play. Shift, life ceremonial orb, Leo, Regulus, Alpha Leona, IW.I4-HB. While driving home after a grueling day, Eloise was struck by a glowing object a few weeks ago. It is an omniversal weapon that empowers Tropic and Prana parasites. Eloise wakes with blurred vision and stands on what she believes is a giant glowing cell. As her vision begins to clear, molecules of DNA strands rain from nothingness. While momentarily doubting her sanity, she notices the orb in the image of all things connected radiates within. The DNA strand hovers near Eloise. The strand falls before her eyes into a female tigress. She stands on 2 feet as humans do, but on powerful hind-like legs. Eloise, instantly surprised when the avatar begins to speak in German. You have been identified as a human, a sentient being from dimension P.432.00. You possess balanced duality received from Earth. Your sentience is recognized to wield the cosmic inverter life. The avatar standing before you is the original recipient of the multiplanetary system of Leo. There are a wide variety of evolved species of animal primates that reside physically in dimension R1.085-40. Your essence has been synced with the cosmic inverter. You are now the protector of Leo. You must obey the cosmic inverter when it summons you to protect anime. While the avatar continues to inform Eloise of the cosmic inverter, they levitate high above the giant glowing cellular structure. The avatar strips DNA strands from the ether, and the strands evolve into different creatures. It also states that DNA can be altered by arranging nucleotides. After each demonstration with a DNA strand, the strand is absorbed into the orb she holds. Even as she watches the avatar alter DNA strands, she marvels at her ability to retain its teachings. It's as if she instantly has become smarter, like a cloud has been removed from her mind. Eloise learns that DNA strands are designed to evolve an organism with the proper sequence. All DNA strands are capable of unlocking mutations that assist organisms with adapting to most environments. She enjoys learning how to amalgamorph the blending of several DNA strands to form one being. Once the avatar stops its teachings, it speaks of a quest for cosmic treasures. The life cannot be fully unlocked until several omniversal treasures are gathered. Your cosmic inverter possesses omnifunctional capabilities that allow access to legacy realms. You must gather and investigate those that possess cosmic treasures. Your fellow harbingers will aid in acquiring these cosmic relics. Combined, they are capable of opening the gateway to Dimension 1.085-40. You must locate the Omni-Dynamo Lock, a power source that will assist the recipients in saving the universe. This will aid the orb wielders in gathering assistance from those dwelling in the realms of ascension.
After the Avatar completes Eloise's final lesson, it returns her to the glowing cellular structure. As it vanishes, Eloise notices DNA strands begin to close in on her. She wonders about the quest for cosmic treasures and traveling between dimensional realms. The cellular foundation begins to lose its glow as the DNA strands begin to overtake Eloise. The orb glows brighter when Eloise is overtaken by the DNA strands. Even as she loses consciousness, she thinks of the passenger seat of her car.
What's up, y'all? All right, so I'm back, and let's tap into it. Okay, so shift right. Eloise Rothstein, the young PhD. I said the young. Yeah, she's seasoned. She's a PhD, a professor at Stuttgart, whatever, some college. I can't remember the name of it. It's in book one, and she teaches something like theoretical science or something to that effect. Anyway, what's happening is she she's standing, and you guys have seen a cell before, like a human cell when we were kids, right? And you got the nucleus all the way in the middle, and you got all this slime, I guess, protoplasm or whatever it is, right? And it's almost, it looks like an egg almost, right? And all of that slimy stuff, right? That's what she's standing on, right? The shell of the nucleus. I forgot all the little, different whatever about the actual cell, but that's what she's standing on. She looks down, she can see, the nucleus between her feet. Then as the avatar comes, and I basically gave you guys some insight on one of the Lords of Chaos, kind of. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. Um, there is one of the characters that she will fight one day, and she basically describes it in here. It's the avatar, and it was when that avatar went through something. But we'll talk about that part later. Um, so anyway, Shift, oh well, Eloise Rothman, because she's still going through it, right? Looking at everything. She's a little excited when the avatar speaks to her in German, because she can speak English, but I guess maybe when you're coming from different places in the world, and I think English is one of the languages I think most people do speak. I think Spanish is a strong second now, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, y'all. This is just what I think. That's all. But anyway, so you expect something that's unknown to you not to like maybe speak to you in your language. Like I wouldn't expect it hear English, but since we all do English here in America, it's English is what it is. All right, so you have identified a human. Okay, so it's basically when y'all hear the frequency, they just telling either what frequency she's in at that time. You're either um the constellation, or you're resonating at the frequency of that constellation, or the frequency of that planet around that constellation, or you're resonating at PU 432, and that's like the prime universe. That's like us, y'all. That's like our universe. So one or the other, and they basically letting them know, hey, we know you from somewhere else, but you have the intelligence and the mental faculties. You possess the necessities to be able to operate the cosmic inverter, or the ceremonial, or depending on how you see it. And then basically the avatar starts stripping out DNA molecules out of like thin air, right? Basically pulling them down, letting the Eloise see the DNA strands, start manipulating some. I think I used a couple of terms like nucleotide or something. And hold on a second. Let me take it. Let me try something. Hmm? Okay. Shift. You need to go back in there. Add that out. Oh, okay, Ben. Okay. I just found out that I spelled Shift's name wrong. I will, of course, correct that, but I'm gonna have to go out and correct each one on. Maybe I can do it here. Let me check. Yeah, you're alive. Let's see. Can I edit that name? Yeah, I did right there. Shift. My bad, y'all. My bad. Is that on all of them? No. Okay. We good now. Yeah, my wife was watching the show and she told me that I had misspelled something, and we definitely don't want to, be offensive no matter what. But her name is Shift, and if I leave out one of the letters, it alters the name. All right. So anyway, with Eloise Shift, right? She's looking at all the DNA molecules. Basically, the avatar is showing her like basically what happens when you shift into different forms. This is what you're controlling. The nucleotides, you can move them around to create certain different life forms, if you will. So it also tells her like if you're exposed to any life form, it doesn't matter if it's energy based or something weird like a plant, right? Bark, right? Group, right? You copy the DNA sequence, and now you know the DNA sequence. You can move the nucleotides around to become that type of life form. Also, I think it hit her with the pearl. She can't. What she can't do is she's cursed with something called prana parasitic. Perlo perlo I can't even say the word therianthropic, right? That means she can live in harmony with life forms and the or different life forms, right? Alien life forms, she syncs with that life form. So when she gets to a planet, she pretty much pick up their instinctual behaviors and stuff. So that's kind of how it is. She's on a different planet. If the trees here get up and walk, then she becomes a tree that get up and walk because now she has the DNA sequence. Also, parasitic means that she can feed on life. The same way she can push life out, life essence out, is the same way she's able to like drain it, I guess. You know what I mean? It's not vampiric, but yeah, it's what happens. She ends up draining all of the life form around her, but it makes her insanely powerful then. Okay. So there's a plus to it, but at the same time, there's a loss. So it's about balance, y'all. It's about balance. I try to keep them within some type of construct or barrier, you know what I'm saying? So they can't just run rampant and be all powerful. All right. I did look at it when I was creating each character like that. So after that, she learns how to amalgamate or amalgamorph, basically. And amalgamorph would be like her turning into a griffin, y'all. You know how a griffin has like the eagle's head, the lion's body, and then yeah, with the eagle's wings and whatever else griffins have, like the feet or whatever. She's able to become creatures like that because she can amalgamorph, and it's all about the DNA sequence. So basically, she can take two different life forms and she can amalgamorph. Now, if you human and you're a rhino, right? Well, my understanding when it came to the DNA strands, we're all so close together because we all come from the same planet. And since we all come from the same planet, then the nucleotides don't have to move that much. So she can easily amalgamorph for Earth and Earth-based like creatures. But when she goes to another planet, this is what she learned to amalgamorph more for because that DNA sequence should be different from ours. And then she's able to intertwine both of those DNA sequences and amalgamorph. That's basically what's so dope about her. And I know she don't seem like she's that powerful, but she hasn't been exposed to everything. And if you notice, I did say that her orb isn't fully unlocked yet. So she has to go and help everybody else get their cores or whatnot, right? From their different constellations. And then when they get so many, they're able to unlock Animalia. You can't just get to Animalia just because you got the frequency. That's kind of what I was letting you guys know. You need something more. And if you guys remember, there's a singularity going on there. I did throw that out there too. So I want you guys to know, I try to put it together the best way I can. My imagination is crazy. But if you was here at the beginning of the show, I did talk about once you get to Animalia, right? So let's say if you see the frequency, there's an explosion happening there. Three planets have collided, but it's been put on pause. So even if you went there, time would resume the normal way for you, and you probably end up getting caught up in a triple planet shockwave, right? Or you need something else, right? That so you can move in that millisecond, and that's how all those creatures have been living there for like hundreds of thousands of years because the collision has been paused. on an extra celestial type scale, extra memory. Yeah, you guys got to feel me on it. You got to feel me on that, man. Because I mean, if I had the comic out and I had somebody drawing it or the animation in the way I saw it, y'all would be like, wow, because it's something different. You know what I mean? All right, Eloise. Okay, so we did all the DNA strands. Um, oh, okay, yeah, they did say that the life cannot be fully unlocked until several omniversal treasures are gathered. That's me giving y'all insight right there. So definitely there's so much more happening in this story. Your cosmic inverter, the ceremonial orb, possesses omnifunctional capabilities that unlock access to legacy realms. So not only does she need them to unlock Animalia for her, once she gets there, she can unlock legacy realm. These are other realms of existence. So I don't know if you guys know that if you've been rocking with me for a long time, we got to open the Garden of Eden. That's kind of what I'm saying. Legacy realms, right? How can we get into the Garden of Eden? We can't. There's no way for humans, no matter what, the physical realm to be able to access it. Well, now we have access because the ceremonial orb just stated you can unlock access to legacy realms. We just got to find the frequency now, right? You must gather and enlist the aid of those that possess cosmic treasures, her fellow orb wielders. Oh, your fellow harbingers will aid in acquiring these cosmic relics. Combined, they are capable of opening the gateway to dimension, and that's animal. You must locate the Omni Dynamo Lock, a power source that will assist the recipients in saving the universe. This will aid the orb wielders in gathering assistance from those dwelling in the realms of ascension. So, legacy realms, realms of ascension. So, remember we talked about the ascended plane of existence? Well, we got to go there, y'all. And this ascended plane of existence is between the physical realm and the ethereal realm. So, we're not even going to the ethereal realm, we go into the realm between it. Hey, y'all, this is what I'm doing, y'all. This is what I'm doing with Flux. But you can find out everything that's going on in the first three books on Flux right now. And they on the store, y'all. So y'all can go and check it out. I think I did post something to this. I probably didn't do it, y'all. I probably didn't do it. I think I messed that first show up anyway. Because I tried to start it and then I ended up hitting the button and I end up ending it. Anyway, long story short, I got all of this information, all this sci-fi, all of this epic tale begins in these three books, following the Zodiac Guardians. Okay, and yes, we have merch that goes with that. Yes, we have t-shirts. And yeah, I gotta get that stuff out there. I mean, because we only got a few left. Remember, we do vending too here in El Paso. So we'll go down to the military mall and we get to basically, sell our product there, right? Because again, we're a legitimate business and you couldn't do it if we wasn't a legitimate business. So those are the people who end up getting the t-shirts. And the way my website's made, to keep putting that stuff back on, and sometimes we change the imagery. Like I told you guys, I'm working on two new artists, and these two new artists gonna bring a different visual of Flux to you guys, because I mean I believe that if you really really like it, I think you'll get on it. Matter of fact, let me stop playing. Give me a second, y'all. I was able to text this. Let me see. Photo, bam, share that, airdrop, Bluetooth is off. It's always something. Um, Mail it to Gunther. Gmail.com. Subject X. Senior. Senior. Okay, yeah, I'm back. All right, so what I wanted to do is show you guys, I talked to a couple of the artists, and yes, y'all, I did look at what the X-Men did, and that's why I got the idea from. Because to me, the story is not going to change, but we can probably change the visual that you guys see. Maybe I didn't get that part right. Okay, so I'm gonna do another visual, and maybe you guys will tweak with this one a little bit better. But it's based off, and again, like I'm transparent, y'all. I'm transparent, so I don't really do a whole bunch of hide, all that. I might hide some work from you because I feel like it needs to come out a certain way. You know how you release stuff a certain way, tease them a little bit, then give them a little more, then a little more. Yeah, I can see that. But hiding, where I get my ideas from, most of it, I even stopped playing video games like pre-cancer, right? Especially when I first started thinking about it, I was getting ready to go through cancer, and I started thinking about how I was gonna get everything, how I was gonna move around, um, and I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna write something, I definitely don't want to. I don't think anyway I should be looking at it like a whole bunch of gaming, reading comic books because I believe subconsciously that stuff weighs on you, and you start picking up other people's ideas and stuff. And I didn't want that, y'all. I didn't want that. So let me see, can I grab this and put this on my desktop? All right, I'll close that now, everybody. Let me see, can I bring this in? Because I want everybody to see it. I just looked at the imagery of it. So let's see, can I do this, y'all? Can you? No, I have to do it this way because the people that's on the other websites, other platforms won't be able to see it. So let me add this image. Um, Desktop. It's on the desktop. Mm, here we go. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Bam. All right, here we go, y'all. So I'm gonna put this image up and let you guys see it. And I just want you guys to see. I figured like, hey, we can start drawing the Flux characters like this. It's not technically anime, but it's more of a young pop feel to it. So I mean, I'm not commissioning necessarily, but somebody who wants to work tandem together and make something powerful happen, then I believe that if I'm selling imagery that you created, then we can either do a percentage or hell, you can be contracted, work for hire. It's one or the other, but I need characters like this drawn. So again, I got two new artists that are even taking a look at this and stating, hey, what they want to do with it. So I need you guys, if you know an artist that can do something similar, but we can still take my regular imagery here, right? It still will be about these characters and what these characters are doing, but maybe they just need that new visual. And I did start this in 2012, so maybe these images, it's time to get new imagery. That's just what I'm saying, y'all. Maybe for the next three books, but okay, so I brought y'all guys up to speed on what's going on with Flux today. Yesterday it was the 4th of July, so happy Independence to everybody that's into that. Happy 4th of July. I know we missed it. Today's the but yeah, I wouldn't do a show on a federal holiday like that. It just if it happens to fall on one of those days, I'll just move the show to another day. Okay, and then we keep it pushing. But thank y'all for joining us today, man. We truly appreciate it. Y'all remember to go ahead and check out my website, flux-zodiac.com. And there's merch out there that you can buy, books. All books come that you purchase. Now, all of these books that I publish, they're out on all digital platforms. Okay. They're not just here with me, they're on every digital platform. So if you guys say, hey, I'm just tweaked a little bit and I want to get it, then you can go to like Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can go to all these places and order the book. Okay. Or you can go to my book, baby, and just go order it from there. But the fact is, it's out there digitally. Now, if you're ordering from me, you're getting autographed copies with company seals, whatnot, stuff like that. Okay. And you might end up with some stickers or something like that. I might put a little something extra in there because you supported the brand. But hey, y'all, this is out everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not just here, okay? Not just here on Flux. It's not just on flux-zodiac.com. If you want support, cash app it to me. However you want to get it to me, you can. And you can even say, hey, I want to do it the way you most comfortable with. Then go to your favorite app, your digital store, and grab it, pop it out. Um, I know that the Ashcan comic should be coming out soon. I will be getting further information on the actual Ashcan comic. And it's just basically an introduction of Flux to the comic world, letting y'all know, hey, I'm on my way. I'm put the work in. I believe that the story is tight. I want you guys to know, hey, I'm on my way. So it's like an introduction to all of those guys. Like, hey, we got something new coming out. That's basically what it is. And you can cop that because most likely if you purchase it from me, it's going to be autographed and stamped, right? All right. Yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. For all the Leos that showed love today and showed up. Hey, thank you. Make sure you share the show. Make sure yeah, hey, keep sharing, keep posting, keep doing whatever it takes for us to get it. I will be joining some podcasts and stuff like that probably soon, maybe over the next month and a half, because we're talking about it in the background, back in the back, in the back of the studio, right? We back here talking about things behind closed doors. But there's a few great things that's gonna start happening, y'all. You know, we might have 2 or 3 people on. We will get outside of flux and start talking about the different comics, the different sci-fi out here. We say sci-fi because there's more than just comics, y'all. And comics was just the door that opened sci-fi to the rest of the world. If you think about it, the superhero concept. And comic books didn't even start with really superheroes first. It started with more like vigilantes, gun-toting, cowboy mentality almost. So all this superpowers and stuff, that wasn't really what was happening, really. It was more like horror or something like that. Maybe the monster was coming to get you or something. But it opened up doors, y'all, and over time you guys felt it. All of us, man, all of us that watch this and support these things. So, again, I've been doing it for like what, 40 years? Yeah, I've been doing it over 40 years, y'all. I've been immersed in sci-fi, and I'm ready to give back. So again, y'all, stay with me, y'all, as our programming gets better. New visuals come out. Comic books, right? New media forms of media come out. Y'all stay with y'all. Keep rocking with us, and hey, I'm definitely not gonna let y'all down. I tell you, before I leave this earth, all right, and that's if I live to a ripe old age, then you guys gonna keep getting flux from me. All right, have a good weekend, y'all. Enjoy your holiday, your 4th of July and the whole nine. Um, Stay vigilant, y'all. All right, I'm out. Peace.